Charlton House Trust, former home of Bloomsbury artists Vanessa and Clive Bell. The house and gardens are open to the public Wednesday to Saturday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., July, August and September. Sundays and Bank Holiday Monday, 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Virginia, who were you talking to?
What?
Ginny, I heard you.
When?
Just now.
I haven't spoken to anyone except you. They'd have a shock if I did. We've been dead for years.
Is that it? No explanation?
It was a recorded message. I saw a machine in the hallway with a blinking light, and I pressed the button and it came on. So, this is Charleston. Open to the paying public. What year have we come back to?
2019. Stop looking so snooty.
I can't help the way I look, and I don't intend to.
So we're going to quarrel now, are we? I say one thing and you say the opposite, like we did as children.
And adults.
But we don't have to, though. What's the point in coming back to the old place if we've not changed?
But that is the point, Nessa. Now we're here, we have to revert to the way we were. Well, this was your idea.
How far back?
Childhood.
Oh, come on, Ginny. Come and play with me on the old playroom carpet.
No.
Please.
Don't want to, so then. Anyway, we were never here as children.
Well, that was the old carpet, though. I brought it back from Bloomsbury.
I'm surprised Clive let you.
He let me do anything I pleased.
Yes, don't we know it? Anyway, it smells like a horrid, stinky old rug to me, and it's faded.
So are we.
Talk for yourself.
Who are you to say? I live to be 81.
Good for you.
Have you been in all the rooms?
Yes. Well, only the ones open to the public. Poor things. There's not a lot for them to see. I know you enjoyed doing it, but fancy charging them to see painted wood. And as for the paintings, well...
You're just jealous.
I did see one thing I wouldn't mind paying for, though.
What?
Not telling.
Go on, Ginny.
No. Anyway, it's nice sitting here together chatting.
Well, I think you're wrong.
You always did. You were the older bossy one.
I was the painter. You were the writer.
I was the famous one. Wrong about what?
Wrong about there being nothing nice to see here at Charleston.
Well, there isn't.
Is.
Isn't. Apart from the one thing, and one thing worth coming back for.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Ginny, they wouldn't have opened the house to the paying public if it hadn't been for the home of important artists.
Excuse me, artist. What about my 12 novels? Are you forgetting we were far more important and well known as the Bloomsbury Group? The group we set up before you bought this place. The group we set up in Clive's house. I'm surprised you've forgotten about your long-suffering husband.
All right. Famous writers and novelists. But you weren't the only one, Virginia. My son Quentin and daughter Angelica both wrote books.
Yes, memoirs of me, Virginia Woolf.
Say something, Ginny.
I'm lost for words.
Well, that makes a change. You never were in our Bloomsbury days. Do you remember when you held forth with those discussions amongst the men, out to impress Leonard Woolf?
It worked though, didn't it?
Oh, yes. All the men stopped and listened to you. And you looked particularly beautiful.
What?
In a way a woman does when she doesn't know it.
Did you make that up?
I read it in a book about us called Vanessa and Her Sister by Priya Palmer.
Never heard of her.
Published by Bloomsbury in 2016.
Bloomsbury, my goodness, I suppose they'll get tired of us eventually. Unpredictable lot, publishers.
Oh, that reminds me. Hogarth Press drawing on its inspiration from Virginia and Leonard Woolf's original Hogarth press, founded in
1917.
Hogarth relaunched in 2012 as a partnership between Chatto and Windus in the UK and Crown
Crown?
in the USA. It is a home for a new generation of literary talent, an adventurous imprint with an accent on the pleasures of storytelling and a broad awareness of the world.
Something I'm particularly proud of. Leonard and I setting up the Hogarth Press.
Instead of having babies.
Oh, I wasn't bothered about that. As with other childless artists, artistic productivity depends on the ruthless commitment to self-promotion. You can read that in Wikipedia. In other words, I was too married to my art to procreate. You did enough sexual procreating for the both of us. All that breastfeeding you love to do.
You liked people through the brain rather than through the heart.
Where did you get that from?
Vita Sackville West, one of her many letters to you. She also said you were a very remarkable person. The Times knew, the Daily Express knew.
The Daily Herald quote, I was an authority on the vexed question of whether to cross the road to dine with Wordsworth. Oh, dear Vita. I did so love her. We had an awful lot of fun together. Anyway, back to the paintings. Where did the trustees here come up with this lot?
Angelica bequeathed them to the Charleston Trust.
Talking about Angelica, you kept that one quiet, her being Duncan Grant's offspring.
Clive didn't mind. We had an open marriage, you know we did. Besides, both the boys were his. Do you know my portraits are still in the National Gallery?
Well, I like the one of you by Duncan Grant.
Ah, well, I preferred the self-portrait of myself.
That's the point, Nessa. You were a good artist before you started experimenting.
I'm not listening to you.
Realism, Vanessa, realism.
I hate you sometimes.
Hate you back, so there. What was it like being made love to by three men? Or was it more?
More.
Well, I didn't mean all at the same time. Oh, Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa!
No, of course not. Clive didn't mind. He didn't mind me being with Duncan Grant.
And Duncan Grant being with...
I didn't mind Duncan being with David Garnett.
Let's play truths. How's your memory?
Good.
Mine's better.
Mine's longer. You died young.
Who's going to start?
I am. You needn't have died so young. I've always wanted to ask you, why did you commit suicide?
I don't know. I was always a little unbalanced. You knew that. Everybody knew that. It was written in the gods. Who knows their destiny?
But why drown yourself in the river?
Seemed like the best option at the time.
Well, that's not much of an excuse.
Why did you turn abstract with your paintings?
Well, you needn't say it in that sneery tone of voice, like you didn't think much of them. And you must have. You liked that illustration I did for your Lighthouse book.
That's why I committed suicide.
I'm ignoring that.
This is fun, though. Coming back to our old haunts and
Haunting them. Where shall we go next? Hyde Park Gate.
I haven't got what I came back for.
Oh. Well, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Wrong about what?
Wrong about there being nothing nice to see here at Charleston. I think there's something nice in every room.
Well, go on, hurry up and tell me. They'll open the house before long.
Well, there's the naughty chair. The chair with the nude lady with wings.
Never noticed.
And in the dining room, there's that picture of Queen Victoria playing the harp.
You hate harps.
Not the harp, silly. Queen Victoria was almost naked. And there are two of her. And in the next room there's the Madonna and Child.
Not impressed.
There's that pattern on the wall, that nude lady with her fat bottom and her big round cheeks. And it's over a man's bed. I loved it.
You would.
Go on, mock. I'm not taking any notice of you, and I haven't finished yet. In the back bedroom, there's that picture of the two lady wrestlers. They're both completely naked. Oh, except one had an umbrella. And there's that fat nude in the corridor. And in the front room, there's that woman lying on her back with her knees up.
Oh, revolting.
Oh, shut up, you're such a prude.
And you have no taste whatsoever. They're all women and pretty fat cherubs. No men at all. Just your idea of being abstract. Roly-poly pink women with fat thighs and pudding basin breasts.
Oh, I forgot one. There's a picture on the door, full length, of that girl in a long frock, and she's dancing. She had 8 breasts.
You need my glasses.
Oh, I hate you. You're a stuck-up prig and you're no fun at all. You never like anything.
Yes, I do.
What then?
I told you. The one thing I love. The one thing I wouldn't mind paying for.
Oh,
Here it is.
where did you get that?
I bought it here at the shop in Charleston. I told you there was something worth coming back for. Tony Asserati by Duncan Grant.